Today, I'm going to teach you how you can build a custom CRM for your business. Now, if you're still paying for a very expensive CRM that isn't giving you the benefits that you actually need, this video is for you. Stick along, I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to build a custom CRM for any business. And in this video, I'm going to be picking out a random business, a gym, and building a custom CRM for them. Without further ado, let's get into what you need and what to consider before building a custom CRM for your business. The 5 things you really have to consider when it comes to building your custom CRM are the following. 1, you have to have the idea of what you actually want from the CRM already thought out. If you just want to manage your leads, you can do so for absolutely free in Google Docs or Google Sheets. So before building your custom CRM, you have to have some things thought out. So the first thing you want to have thought out is your custom idea. What is your idea for your CRM? Is it to manage leads and connect payments? Is it to manage leads and connect to suppliers, or manage supply, manage customers, manage leads? What are you actually willing to gain from building your own custom CRM? That's the beauty of it. You can choose what you want. Now, the second thing you have to start considering getting good at is getting good at prompting. If you've been living under a rock and you haven't been using ChatGPT, you would have learned by now that prompting AI and prompting ChatGPT is one of the most powerful things you can do in order to get better at, 1, getting a result from ChatGPT, but also getting better answers and getting a better CRM. Third thing you want to consider is to understand what your CRM actually needs. Now, it's not all fun and games. It's not just click a few buttons and voila, you have a CRM. You need to understand what your CRM needs, what it needs to connect to, what applications or APIs it needs to have access to in order to function properly and in order to perform efficiently as a CRM, right? You're building essentially a mini software, or you're essentially building a website that has hosting features. So the fourth thing is to be consistent with your prompting. It's okay to have a good prompt once, but you need to get really good at continually prompting AI. Now, the fifth thing is a very, very important one. It's to stay persistent. Building a CRM is not easy. It shouldn't take you more than a month, but if you're new to AI, it will be a little bit difficult to learn the learning barriers. Without further ado, let's move on to the tools that you need to build this CRM. So the first tool you're going to need is Replit. Now, Replit is about $25 a month on the minimum paid plan, and this is essentially all you need to build a CRM and much, much more. I'll show you a bit about that later. But this is the only paid element that we're going to be covering in this video. Everything else is completely free. We use ChatGPT, we use Canva, we use Perplexity AI, as well as a bunch of other free stock photos or whatever else free assets we can get our hands on. Before we get into the fun part, before we get into the building, we also need to consider what we want from our CRM. So for this example and for this video's sake only, I've highlighted a few key points that I want to put into this CRM. The first one, the CRM needs to have access for our team members. It has to have protected access so no one else can log in. The second one is that it needs a dashboard to display important KPIs, metrics, and data. This is super crucial for when we're logging on and we want to see the influx from our new campaign, or we want to see the costs from the new news report about our supply materials going up. This is real time, and that leads me to my next point. It needs to be real time. We can't have to refresh it every time we log on. It has to be auto updated. So it has to have real-time analytics and real-time data inputs for tracking performances and measuring them. The fourth point, it needs to integrate to payments and software. Now, your CRM might have different needs and different standards. However, this is just to keep it short for the video and for example's sake. So the last one, it needs to manage, store, and organize custom information like details, purchase history, interactions, and preferences. This is a pretty small list. Obviously, a CRM like HubSpot, Go High Level, will have much more functionality, but this is for you. This is for the small business owner who doesn't want to pay hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars a year just to manage an average inflow of traffic. This is something that you have for life. It's very cheap. It's $25 a month. That's AUD. It's less in USD. Without further ado, let me show you how I build the CRM. If you're new to this channel, my name is Javier. I've been doing marketing for over a year now, and with the growth of AI, it's become very important how to use it. Not only that, we've helped dozens of clients scale with paid campaigns and helped hundreds build their new websites. So let's get into the video. So I'm not going to show you how to set up a Replit account, but essentially this is what Replit looks like. If you're not sure, this is replit.com. First one with the 3 dots. It's pretty simple, pretty easy and intuitive to set up an account. But once we have our account, it will take us to something like this. And you can see the recent builds that I've done, but essentially it gives you this chat box exactly like ChatGPT, and it shows you how to start building your app or your CRM. CRM. Now, we're not gonna go ahead and put what we want in here. That would be stupid. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use ChatGPT to improve a prompt for Replit. So let me go over here. I've already typed it out, but I've written here, I want you to create me a prompt for Replit that will help me create a CRM for a gym business called FitX. These are the requirements of the CRM. It needs protected access for team members. It needs a dashboard displaying important KPIs. It needs real-time analytics and data inputs for performances. It needs integrations to payments/software. It needs to manage, store, and organize customer information, including contact details, blah, blah, blah. This is something that you already know. Now, this is where it gets fun. We get to customize a little bit. So please ensure the CRM is easy and intuitive to navigate, pretty straightforward. And please ensure that the colors of the CRM are this color, which another useful tool that you can use is a site called Coolers. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but essentially this is the gradient that I've chosen. I want my CRM to be a nice deep blue, nice and simple, and this color. I put the hex code. It's probably better you put the hex codes, but once we have that prompt, we want to put nothing else to ensure that ChatGPT doesn't go ahead and give us extra things we don't want, and then just click done. Now, this will give us our prompt that we want to use, not the prompt that we want to improve, the prompt that we want to use in Replit. Awesome, so it's given us the prompt. Build a gym CRM system for a business called FitX using modern web technologies. The CRM must include the following. Yep, the CRM also must be easy to navigate, scalability. So it's essentially just broken it down in a different order. Probably should have done this, but I should say I want you to not just create, but improve this prompt for Replit. When it comes to prompting AI, you always want to be simple and clear. You can say please and thank you, but it's easier to just say, I want you to do this, I want it this way, and I want it done with these measurements and requirements. Unless we keep engineering this prompt, which will take a long time, what we're going to do is we're going to copy the prompt and we're going to come back here to Replit and we're going to paste it. Now it will give us the prompt and we're going to click start building and it will start creating our app for our CRM. Now what it does is it gives us an overview. It gives us a preview of what it's going to do, and then it allows us to confirm and approve it, and then it starts building. Now, when it starts building the actual app, but also within the first 2 minutes, builds us a preview of what we want, it thinks we want, what Replit thinks we want from our prompt. Awesome, so over here, we can see the preview. Now, it gives us these boxes to select certain features that we may want. It's asking if we want a PostgreSQL database for integration and persistent storage. We probably do want that. It's asking if we want advanced reporting features. We probably do want that. Third-party payment, yes, that's what we want. Automated client communication system. See, I'm not exactly sure about this, but just for the video, I'm just gonna click yes because I wanna see what it does. Now, it gives us a visual preview within 2 minutes and the first app version within 10 minutes. So I'm gonna come back to you guys in 10 minutes and we're going to explore how we can improve our app, troubleshoot it so that we can start getting our clients on there. Awesome, so as we can see, the app or the CRM has already started. It created a logo for us. We didn't give it this logo. It used the two colors, this dark blue and this light blue that we prompted it to, and it's given us a login portal. So because I haven't set up an account, I'm going to go sign in. It's going to give me this error, right? That's awesome. Now I want to contact support. Nothing happened. Forgot my password, nothing happened. So these are the types of problems you're going to get when you start building your CRM. So if I just put a basic email, I think help 123, it will log me in. Failed to log in email. Okay, so that's unfortunate. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go prompt my app, and this is the best thing about building the CRM and why I'm teaching you how to do it. It's you don't have to know any code. If this happens, you don't need to know code to reprompt it. You don't need to know HTML. You don't need to know CSS. You don't need to know Java. You don't need to know Python. All you need to know is how to type in your own language. So we're gonna say, I want you to add a feature where I can set up an account, full stop. And just to ensure it doesn't do anything else, we're just gonna say nothing else. Great, so it's gonna do this, and now every prompt you make, it won't take 10 minutes. It will take anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 to 3 minutes based on what the task is, how much data or how much information you're asking it to create, build, or edit. So obviously this is a quicker prompt. It's just, I want you to add new account feature, that way I can add a new account. Now, once I've already seen the inside of this dashboard, but once it it gives me this ability. I'm going to show you how to set up the account as well as how to edit the inside of the actual platform, because what happens with this kind of app, Replit, is people, when they first use it, they don't know how to select and how to edit specific types of their app or of their website. Now, it's very important that we know specifically what we want to change on our CRM. That way we can add it, we can remove features, we can add features, we can edit information, edit pictures, edit sizing, edit anything that we want. And the best thing about Replit is it gives us the actual code. So if you know things about code, if you have a friend that can fix an error, it will give us the actual code and all the moving components behind the app/CRM. So giving us a change your password notification. Again, don't worry about that. Probably won't even happen to you. This is just an old computer. And our preview, this box over here is the preview. It's saying 404 page not found. Again, it is still working. Don't stress until it is completed. You don't have to worry about the prompt until it is actually finished making the changes. And if it's not what you want, then you can worry about it. So we're gonna just wait a second and it should be ready any minute. And what it does is it restarts the app, which is what it's doing here, and it takes a screenshot to show you what it can see from its perspective as an AI application builder. So as we can see, this is what it will look like. Now, I'm not going to open it. Now that it reviewed what it did, it actually figured out it needs to do more. And you can see the changes being made in the back end here. Let me close this, by the way. Now, this is one of the caveats with building with this platform, is that it does take a few minutes back and forth creating bigger changes. Now, when you get the hang of it, and this is why I stress the importance of get good at reprompting. That way you can save as much time as you possibly can reprompting, even if you have to use ChatGPT to ensure that your prompt covers everything that you want. Where's Replit? All right, awesome, here we go. So it's asking us to add a store user database. Now I know this clicking add database will take some time. So I'm literally just going to click maybe later for now. And as we can see, it has a small login page. Now I didn't build any of that information. You saw I didn't write any of this copy. Now we can register. So if I put my name and I register, let me just put this test email, test3@gmail.com. I do a lot of test accounts, create password, test123. test123 and click create account. It should have no problem creating our dashboard. Now it will ask me to save. That's actually probably you won't get that notification, but here's our intuitive dashboard. It's pretty simple. We've got months, quarter, year. We've got export data overview. So it says it's being exported. Sometimes on the previews, it doesn't actually do anything. So you have to make sure this functionality is working on your working app in your CRM. So we're just gonna click that, click off of that. And we can see here the revenue and it just says revenue and revenue. So that's it's very good. But we can also see the class attendance, 85% capacity, down 3%. Now some of these numbers, these are all made up, by the way. This is a fake gym. New signups, 128 this month. That's pretty nice. Active members, 2,483 plus 8%. That's also nice. Now, if we go last quarter, see how it doesn't update? That's something that we'd want to embed in the prompt. Now, I can go and it will take me hours to make this work properly, but for argument's sake, I'm just going to check out the rest of our site. So as you can see, we've got this nice dashboard. We have membership types, the standard, the premium, the VIP, pretty simple. Recency customers, it says error, load again. So that's something we'll fix. This is part of building your CRM. You have to go back and check everything it's done. Then you want to collate it in one big prompt and get Replit to fix it. So as you can see, you've got class attendance and it hasn't loaded data yet. And then it's just blank at the bottom. So we want to fix that. Let's check out the customer page. So it gives me a dashboard like every other CRM, add customer. So I can't actually add a customer. So that's another thing I might want to fix. Then we have schedule page doesn't work at all. Okay, so that's another thing I want to fix. Create the schedule page, make it, let me log back in. Oh, signing me in. All right, sweet. So now that we know what's actually wrong with our CRM, such as the customers not being adding, customer data not loading on the dashboard not being complete on the main page, as well as the schedule page not being complete, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and I'm going to fix these issues. I'm going to come back and I'll show you the prompts I used to fix them. That way you can see how I did it step by step. And I'll link all of these prompts in the link in the description below. So make sure if you're not subscribed already, hit subscribe, thumbs up this video, and use the prompts below to start creating your own CRM for your business. Now, let me fix this quick and I'll get back to you with the updated CRM. All right, so as you can see, Replit is thinking and it's creating our new CRM, but what you didn't see behind the camera is this lovely new prompt I put in. So I'll show you this and I'll leave this one in the description. The prompt I gave it was, make this prompt better. This is on ChatGPT and more efficient. I want you to fix the analytics page so it works when clicked and simply tracks everything. I want you to fix the schedule page. I want you to fix adding customer functionality. I want you to fix the today's classes section. I want you to fix the recent customer section. I want you to fix the billing page. I want you to fix the functionality in the CRM so that I don't have to log in every time when I go onto the site, because that was an issue I was having, and it started to do most of that now. Now, been a couple of minutes, I can't lie. But so this is the prompt I use and super helpful. What I'll do is I'll put this in our guide section here and I'll give this to you, link in the description. So if you find this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. Replit should be done filling our app. So it's improve the display. Yep, it's done that. And let me just go prompts and toggle prompt 1. Let's go here, bang. All right, so you've got that. I'm gonna put the main prompt there for you and you should have, it's nearly done, the actual updated app. Now, there will be issues that you will encounter, like connecting payments such as PayPal or Stripe or whatever payment processor you use to the app. And that is something that you can fix out really easily by 1, asking ChatGPT, 2, going to Stripe's API, its home integration section and reading all the instructions, and then asking Replit how to do it. You can do that with all the other applications you want, such as Zapier, such as N8N, such as Make.com, such as Stripe, such as, let's just say you have Airtasker or Airtable, I believe, where you keep your data. You could even feed it forms such as Excel to give it previous data. You just have to structure it in a certain way. So as you can see here, we have made all the changes and we're going to log in. So it's told us login failed. So again, I'll create a new account. Let's just go at gmail.com. It's one of the annoying things. You actually need to do this to preview the app. A, B, C, D, E, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's, again, I use LastPass, so it gives me all these security notifications. These don't match. A, B, C, D, E, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it welcomes me in to our new page. And as you can see, similar dashboard, it didn't completely change the dashboard, which is what we want. Again, it says error loading today's classes. So we're gonna have to fix that again, but it should have our schedule page. No, it doesn't have the schedule page. 1 second, go back. All right, sweet. So after nailing a few problems in the butt on this CRM, which only took me about an hour. Again, to build a CRM within an hour, custom for my business, is absolutely amazing. You won't do that anywhere else. I'm gonna show you how the new dashboard looks like after fixing those problems. So now that we're in here, as we can see, the new signups are still here. Class attendance is still at 85%. Revenue for the month, 38 grand. Active members. We also have similar revenue and member growth. But when we come down here, we can see all of our recent customers. So we can see that their membership is on hold for the VIP membership. We can see Michael's membership is active since the 6th or the 5th. I'm sure we can load more. Okay, it says page 1 of 1. It's only generated a few. But if I come back to the dashboard, small little animation there too, which is pretty neat. We can also see the new classes. So we can see the HIT class, which is in progress for 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's actually 11, so ignore that. We can also see the yoga class, the spin class, the kickboxing class, as well as the instructor's name here, which is really good. We can also see the capacity of each class and a bigger overview of them. So that's sort of like today's classes, and this is like, it's actually the same thing, but you can change this so that it says like weekly classes or upcoming classes. Then it has next, should move on. Anyway. So let's go to the customer section. Now this is a section that wasn't working before that I fixed. Now this allows us to add a customer in manually, and you can add custom functionality that is, upload data, and it uploads in, a bunch of customers. Maybe you bought gyms, the gym where you're at is getting bought over, whatever. As you can see, we only have a limited amount of 4 customers in here. So we've got Sarah, Michael, Emma, and James, and these are our customers. So we can search customers. If I search for Michael, okay, it doesn't want to come up. Let me search up. Well, it's already there. It's pretty obvious. Then we can add a customer. This is one of the better features. Let's just add myself. I want to work out at this gym. Just make a fake email. And one of the things with this is that, that's actually not my number, don't try calling me, is that it doesn't verify information. So it won't verify this is my email. So you can add this feature. It does take a while. Probably need to do some internal troubleshooting, but in all, you want to be able to do that before you add the data in. So that's kind of like a Sesame Street. That's definitely an ASL Sesame, but doesn't matter. None. So we can leave notes, and then we can add customer, and it doesn't give me a picture. It just has a name tag, but it allows us to, it shows us that I'm an inactive customer, and I can probably edit that. No, I can't, but that's a function that I would have to add if I was completing a whole CRM build. Now, as you can see here, it says send a message, and up here, there's a message icon. Now you can even have it so that you can connect it to a SMS provider like TextMagic and send SMSs to your customer through the CRM. That's an even more powerful CRM in my opinion. But for time being, I'm just going to show you the last aspect of this, which is the schedule and the finance. So the schedule has this calendar here for classes, and for all classes it tells you what day you're on. It also allows you to, you've got cycling classes coming up for, you've got cycling classes that are scheduled here, and you've also got staff members that are scheduled to work, you know, doing the cycling classes, doing the calisthenic classes. As you can see, it doesn't have pictures, which is annoying. Maybe you can put a picture in here, but if we click this button, nothing happens. So we'd have to make it so that when we click this button, we schedule it on calendar, maybe even make calendar bigger. So all these ideas, pretty intuitive, and you can use them. And as we can see, we've got the analytics here. This is just, so you've got member growth, member demographics, class, and financial. So I haven't added all the data. It does take a while to do that, and this is a fake gym, so I don't have any data. I could fake data, but what's the point in that? Then we've got billing, so we've got paid invoices, pending invoices, overdue invoices, and then we've got all these invoices. I guess the billing, you might have your own provider. If you're already running a gym or a small business, you would have this figured out. Super handy, super useful. You could even connect this to something like Xero or PayPal. You can add a billing method, that's pretty cool, as well as settings and integration. So this page doesn't exist. Some of these pages haven't fully created themselves, like the staff page doesn't work. We've got the setting page. I know it doesn't work because I didn't create it, but all in all, that is how you create a CRM for your business. So if you found this video helpful and you want access to some of the prompts that I've used creating this CRM in Replit, make sure to check out the link in the description. There is a Notion document that has the entire notes from this video, plus the links on some of the prompts I've used. As well, if you found this helpful, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That way I can keep providing awesome content like this. Thanks for watching. Peace.